pre-calc kids. We are going to shift into solving equations, trig equations, so more algebra. It's kind of like how algebra goes, you go from simplifying to solving. So that's what we're going to do here on today's video. So first I have a challenge for you. Cosine theta equals 1/2. I want you to pause this video and see how many places or how many angles you can come up with where cosine theta equals 1/2. Okay, so I'm going to draw a quadrant here. I know in the first quadrant, 1/2, that is going to be a ratio in a 30, 60, 90 triangle. You have to know your special right triangles really, really well to do this section. So if you don't know them, go back and memorize them and get those down. So we have cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. So I know my hypotenuse needs to be 2. And I know the adjacent side to this angle needs to be 1. And so I know from there that this side is root 3. And across from root 3 is 60 degrees. So 60 degrees is one angle that cosine equals 1/2. So theta could equal 60 degrees. But I could add 360 to it. And that would give me 360 plus 60, so 360 plus 60, 420. I could add 360 to that, add 360 to that. So any of this plus something times 360 would work. There's another place where cosine would be positive 1/2. I'm going to teach you guys a little bit of a trick here. There's this quadrant. I need an eraser because I didn't realize that would take up so much space. Here's a trick. I showed you in class before, but this trick becomes really helpful here. How you can tell which trig ratio is going to be positive in each quadrant is by the acronym all students take calculus. So what that means is since there's a C in the fourth quadrant, cosine is going to be positive here. And the reason why cosine is positive here is because whenever I draw my triangle, notice that that adjacent side is still positive. And so it's not just a trick, it also works if you think about it. So again, I could go up here, okay, my hypotenuse needs to be 2, my adjacent side needs to be 1, across from that would be root 3. So I'm going around till I get here. I know that this angle has to be 60 degrees because it's across from the square root of 3. And I'm almost to full circle 360. So I'm going to take 360 minus 60, so that angle's 300 degrees. Again, just like for this one, every time I go full circle, it's going to give me another answer. So I can put 300 plus 360k, where k just stands for a number, so if I revolve it 0 times, it'd just be 300 degrees. If I revolve it 1 time, it'd be 660 degrees. That would give us cosine equals 1/2. So that would be our 2 answers. And if we were looking at just an interval between 0 and 360, which is usually what you're looking for, our 2 answers would simply be 60 degrees and 300 degrees. So that's that for the cosine 1/2 challenge. I'm going to stop the video here and then do examples 2 and 3.